Hi cigars and whiskey mates, and welcome to my channel. I want to give a quick update on my trip. So currently I'm in Brno, which is the second largest city in the Czech Republic after Prague, which is the capital. So I'm almost now at like the half point of my trip. I still have a couple of days more here in the Czech Republic, and then I'm going to be moving, flying over to India after that. So I've been to the UK duty free. I've been to Amsterdam duty free, I've been to Prague duty free, and then I've been to La Casa del Habano in a couple of countries, as well as local tobacconists in different countries as well. So I want to give an update on the Cuban cigar situation in Europe in general. First of all, don't depend on finding cigars or Cuban cigars in the duty free shops. UK has very limited inventory. Prague has just the Cuban shorts boxes, that's it. Amsterdam had nothing, so they didn't have any Cuban cigars at all. So just keep that in mind. If you're relying on, you don't want to explore the shops in a city in Europe and you want to wait until you get to the airport and get it from duty free, don't rely on that, because there is a very high chance you won't find any in the duty free. Second, in Amsterdam, I was able to visit La Casa del Habano, and I was able to visit a local tobacconist as well. The experience I had with La Casa del Habano in Amsterdam was okay. It wasn't, bad experience, but basically they have now, they have a huge inventory of Cuban cigars, but they are not selling any boxes at the moment, or at the time of my visit, which was earlier this week, mid-April, and they have a few boxes that are open where you can buy singles, but you're limited to only 2 cigars per box. So you cannot buy more than 2 from each box. Also, the other thing is they don't advertise their pricing. So basically, you have to ask the person working in the store, how much is this, and then he gives you the prices, and then you decide if you want to buy it or not. They let me buy as many as I want, as long as I'm not exceeding 2 per box. For the kind of the more high demand Cohibas and other brands as well that are in high demand. So anyway, overall okay experience, not the best. Wasn't expecting this. On the other hand, I visited a local tobacconist, actually one of the oldest tobacconists in Amsterdam. Massive store. It's a cigar and pipe store, so they have a massive collection of cigars in a huge walk-in humidor. They had New World cigars, they had Cuban and non-Cuban cigars on inventory. Prices were advertised, a little bit cheaper actually than La Casa del Habano. Very helpful staff. Also, they had a lot of St. Dupont lighters. They had special editions lighters as well there, and special edition cigars. So had a way better experience at that place. So this is I'm trying to give a summary of what I visited, and then there is going to be a detailed video where I'm going to go over the prices and and where you can find the best prices for Cuban cigars in Europe. So next, moving to Prague. I just want to share that I went to La Casa del Habano in Prague. I went to cigar lounges, and I went to Habanos Point as well. La Casa del Habano in Prague, I don't recommend it at all. It was kind of the worst shopping experience I ever had in my life in any country at any level, whatever I'm buying, whatever the situation is. There were 2 ladies, I think, working there, if I remember correctly. One of them told us that she's from Cuba, and she was trying to recommend us to buy more Trinidads versus Cohibas. So, stating that it's better, and it's better if you buy Trinidads. So going in, we were told that we're limited also to 2 cigars per box, which was fine. And then she goes in, the humidor is very tiny, the walk-in humidor, so it can barely take like a couple of people. And then every 2 minutes, of course, the prices are not advertised, so you have to ask about the prices all the time. And she has like a huge, stack of paper where she has to go through to tell you how much the cost is for each stick. So every like 2-3 minutes she need to, we all need to get out because she doesn't want to stay in the humidor for more than 2 minutes. So she doesn't want to stay there. So every 2 minutes we have to, we're asked about maybe 3 or 4 cigar prices, and then we have to all get out for a couple of minutes for her to kind of catch her breath or whatever, and then we go in again. And then at one point I kind of made a mistake. I after going through a box of like Siglo 3, I think Cohiba Siglo 3, and I picked 2 because most of the cigars in the box are damaged. So after going through some of them, we picked 2 that were decent, and then for some reason I got confused and I gave it back to her instead of putting it in the tray that I was gonna purchase. So when we went out, she said, where's the Cohibas that you got? And I said, I don't remember, I don't see them. So, and then she kept asking, okay, so where did they go? And I told her, I probably gave it back to you to put in the box by mistake. And she kind of like left all what she was holding, and she kept like, she was very upset and very angry and said, yeah, we looked at all this, but then at the end you put it back. And so she was very furious. I was really at this point ready to leave, and I didn't want to buy anything, but I had, friends with me that were desperate to get cigars. So I kind of, let it go. But the lady who were kind of calculating the prices for us and getting everything done was really nice. But La Casa del Habano in Prague is somewhere I'll never visit again, or I never go again to buy cigars. Worst experience, worst customer service. Went to Habanos Point. I think it's called Churchill House or House of Davidoff, something like that. They do have Cubans, and they do have New World cigars as well. They do have some rum, Cuban rum, and actually they had also the Martel Cohiba cognac there as well for sale. I think it's around $500, the price for it. So anyway, got a whole bunch of cigars there as well. Very nice staff, very helpful. They let you look around. Prices are advertised. Very nice, very great experience as well. So if you're in Prague, I recommend going to the Habanos Point versus La Casa del Habano. Cigar lounges are available. So we went to, of course, Cohiba Atmosphere, which is one of the most famous cigar lounges in Prague. Have very nice Scotch, list of. They have a very nice Scotch collection. They had single malts, they had blended, they have bourbons, and they have a nice selection of cognacs as well. So that's where I got a glass of the Martel Cohiba to try it out, and I was amazed. One of the best cognacs I've had. And also they have a good selection of Cuban cigars. Again, very strict. Once you're in the humidor, they're very strict. They don't want you to touch anything. They don't, and also they have very small collection of cigars. But if you want to, go there, have a cigar and have a drink, and it's a very nice environment and very good place to visit. So that's kind of the wrap up for the cigars until now. So I still need to go through Prague again on my way to India. So I'll check again what they have. I'll try to take some videos or pictures if I can. And in my detailed video, again, after I come back from my trip, I'll go over, the prices and what I bought and for how much, and so you can kind of get an idea on how the Cuban cigars cost in Europe. Thanks for watching.